Hey all you super players out there, Ben Loy's aka 5 Buck Lunch, coming at you with a fun new deck profile of the day. It is Bulma Universe 11. So, for those of you that don't know, the Bulma leader is 5k weaker than all the other leaders in the game, but once per turn you get to draw a card, and she turns all yellow and red Earthling and Saiyans into blockers. So she turns all of your little kind of weaker cards into blockers, and and then when she awakens, she draws two, and then on her flip side, you get to draw two cards every turn. So you're drawing extra cards in exchange for being a little weaker. The key card in this deck that allows us to play this Universe 11 package is Birthday Party. You can only play it if your leader card is a red Bulma, so it has to be Bulma Familial Bonds. If you have a red-yellow multicolor card, you can play it for free. It's a field. And at the end of your turn, you draw two cards and then discard two cards. So this allows you to cycle through the deck very fastly, discarding your Universe 11 cards for your Jiren Universe Strongest card. So starting from the beginning, we have 4 Flying Nimbus. This deck needs to get to turn 6 to win, so we need ways to defend ourselves, so Nimbus and Topo we're playing 4 of, as well as the fact that it turns a lot of our smaller guys into blockers. Hero combination Tupper. So this is a Universe 11, and if you note, most of the Universe 11 cards in this deck we aren't ever going to actually play. They're just there to be discarded for our win con. You might actually play Tupper, though. So when you play him, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one Universe 11 and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So the reason you might actually play this card is Topo Righteous 8 is a Universe 11, so you can use this to search Topo or any of your other Universe 11 targets. You're not going to be playing him a lot since he's not a Earthling or a Saiyan. He doesn't turn into a blocker. But if you have extra energy and you just want to throw something down to use it, you can play Tupper. 2 of each Master Roshi, Fords of Will, and Heroic Duo Videl. These essentially do the same thing. They're 1-cost counterattack negates that are play on the field afterwards. And the thing that's so important about these is they're both Earthlings. So after you negate an attack, they become blockers as well. 2 Vegeta the Sweet Talker. This is just a 1k barrier, or a 1-drop barrier. The reason we're playing this is because it becomes a barrier blocker, and he's a good last-ditch effort, and he's very hard to clear. So he can just kind of sit there, and when you're in danger of losing the game, he's there as a backup plan. 4 Waste the Spectator. We're going to be using these. We need red-yellow energy in order to play our Birthday Party for free. So we're going to be playing a small red-yellow package. We're using a Sparking Super Combo because of Birthday Party. We're going to get our discard pile filled very quickly, so we can use our Sparking Super Combos before we go to 4 life. 2 Dawn of Goku, Dawn of Divinity. We're almost never actually going to play this card. This is really just in here for the energy because we need multicolor energy. 4 Hero combination Ketral. So the Universe 11 you use as a 4 of here is kind of irrelevant. The reason I put this one is because it technically has barrier, so in some weird situation, maybe if you needed to play it to attack for game, you'd have a barrier attacker. There is also one with double strike, I think, and there's a whole bunch of different ones, but most of them have effects that are going to be completely irrelevant. We just need the Universe 11 named discard. 4 Topo Righteous Aid. Aside from this helping with our defensive strategy, it is also a Universe 11, so we can use it as a count for our Jiren Universe's Strongest. 4 Clownish Destruction Belmont. A lot of you probably haven't seen this card before, so I want to say it real quick. First off, it's a Universe 11, so we'll probably be using it for that most of the time. However, this is a card that you can actually play and is actually pretty solid sometimes. So it's a 4-cost, 2 yellow specific, has Barrier Double Strike. When you play this card, look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, add to your hand, place the rest in your drop area, which is very important, so we can use this to filter to get more Universe 11 in the discard piles. Or, if you don't add a card to your hand, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So this is also a way to destroy things if we need to destroy things as kind of a backup plan. So you want to make sure you're playing this card as some of your Universe 11 targets because it's probably easily the most useful one. 2 copies of Super Saiyan Vegeta Exploiting Weakness. If you don't want to play Exploiting Weakness and you don't want to spend the money on it, you can just put the counterplay Champa in here. who is a good like counter play that you can sub for. The nice thing about exploiting weakness though is after you play it, since he's a Saiyan, he becomes a blocker, which is really nice. Uh, 4 Beerus, No Holds Barred. This is kind of a utility card. We might play it sometimes. It's really useful against like baby decks sometimes to blow up their big attackers. But you also are going to use it a lot of times just to charge on turn 1, so you can kind of get your engine going. 4 Jiren Universe's Strongest. So this is our win condition. It is a 12 drop, 6 yellow specific, 1k for 1. It has Deflect, Quadruple Strike, so it does 4 damage. When there are 9 or more Universe 11 in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 6. Now it's important to note that since it doesn't say specific yellow, you have to play it with 6 specific yellow in order to play it. So we're going to make sure that we're charging yellow every turn. That can be kind of counterintuitive, but luckily all of our red cards, being Videl, Topo, and Vegeta, only need 1 red energy. So once we've charged 1 red energy, we don't want to charge any more. Ideally, you want to charge a multicolor on your first turn, then you've got your red and your yellow, you don't have to worry about it, but that's something important to remember, is you want to charge a yellow every turn so you can play Jiren on turn 6. He also has the permanent ability that during battles, when this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate counters or blockers. So, your opponent can't counter it, block it, it has Deflect, and it has Quadruple Strike, and it starts at 40k. So, most of like abilities won't be able to kill it either. There are very few things that can kill in combo regardless of cost at all. Cost or power, I should say. So, you like Beerus can't kill it, Piccolo can't kill it. Like, none of this stuff can really affect it. And it can't be negated. Another important thing to note is that the only thing that can really stop it is counter Champa. So if you're going to play this card, you might want to side in some counter plays in order to get around that Champa. It's probably going to be either the 1-drop counter play from the new set 8 or Denial of Hope would also work if you want to try that out in order to protect your Jiren play. But keep in mind, if you're doing that, you're going to be playing it even later. And not a lot of decks are playing Champa right now. Most of them are being more aggressive than that. So yeah, so the way this deck is going to function is you're going to turn 1, play ideally play a multicolor energy and play Birthday Party. Then you're going to cycle and protect yourself by cycling the Universe 11 cards until you can drop a Jiren on turn 6 and win the game. Important things to note, with this deck you should be hard mulliganing everything that's not 1 multicolor and Birthday Party, because there's no way to search Birthday Party, unfortunately, and you need it probably by like turn 3 or 4 for this deck to function. Otherwise, by the time you get to 6, you won't have cycled through enough of your deck. Birthday Party also helps a lot with your defense. Since we're playing 4 Nimbus, 4 Topos, it's not unlikely that you're going to be able, from turn 2 on, be able to Nimbus and Topo every single turn until turn 6. Because Birthday Party just gets so much cycle through your deck. Also, your leader draws a lot of extra cards. Don't be afraid to take a couple damage early and Awaken. Since you have so many blockers and negates and stuff, it's pretty easy to defend yourself once you get there. This deck actually functions pretty well against anything that doesn't have I guess Motaito would do it too, but Motaito or the counterplay Champa are like the 2 ways to beat this deck. Other than that, this deck does surprisingly well against a lot of the meta decks. Hatchy Hack doesn't really have a way to stop it. Yeah, so really good, really solid deck, a lot of fun. Really cheap deck too, if you want a fun, cheap deck, but you like more control decks, not really aggro decks. If anyone has any more fun ideas, I found the core idea from this on YouTube. I wish I can't, or not on YouTube, on Facebook, but I can't find the person that was making it. So if anyone remembers the person who posted this to Facebook initially, it was a really cool idea. I built my own version, like I didn't take his deck exactly, but it's a cool idea. It's something I probably wouldn't have thought of. So yeah, please like, subscribe, hit up that Patreon down in the description. Go out there, play some Super, and have some fun.